Okay, for some reason, Ado just decided to release so many songs in the past week. So this one released the 30th of June. It's called It Was a Wonderful June I Sang. So yeah, we're going to be checking out that song. So if you guys do like the video, please like, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, you know, comment, do all of that stuff. And yeah, let's get into the video. Ooh. Is that guitar out of tune? Or is it like a effect? That's cool. Ah, it gives him math rock vibes. So do you guys hear what's happening? So you have the arpeggios in the front with like, I don't know if it's the effects or if it's the guitars being out of tune, but you have that in the front and then you have like these bass chords at the back playing them the groove, and it sounds really cool and like they complement each other really well. The bass is cool. Doo-doo. Her voice is very different here. Okay, so like the two guitars are doing two different things, but because they are in the same key and in the same, you know, style, it complements each other really well. So it sounds actually like it's panning from left to right the whole time, but really fast, maybe like a drone type of effect, but it's actually just two guitars playing over each other and playing different things. It's really cool. Her voice is very different this time. Like maybe it will change during the song, but I feel like it's a lot more warmer and a lot more controlled than what her other stuff is. Maybe I'm just used to her live singing, but it sounds different. She still has that opera style. Or fragile. Oh. That's so cool. Okay, so do you guys hear in the verses how the guitar stops? So they do the doodly, doodly, doodly. So it stops to create this stopping effect or like this anticipation effect. And then in the chorus, it's like normal chords and everything. And then in the post-chorus, they actually continue with that vibe or like the pattern, but it flows instead of having those stop to maybe go into the next part of the song instead of creating this anticipation to the chorus. Just a small thing they've done. It's really cool. Her vocals seems a lot more fragile and nasally than what it usually is. She's very, in her other songs, opera style, singing from her chest, very grungy, rough vocals. And in this song, she's actually like more opera, but nasally and controlled and whispering, like a fragile type of singing instead of that aggressive type of singing, you know, like that usewa type of singing. It's more fragile. So you hear how the guitars stop again, and that's creating anticipation for the chorus. Yeah, I was more nasally. Ooh. Okay. If you want to create that effect that just happened before this part in your songs, basically what you do is you can either do it with guitar or piano or something like that, your main instrument. And what you do is you play the chord, or like you play the notes, and then you reverse it, and it creates a swelling type of effect. It's really cool. Even with the drums, where you got that swelling drums, they actually just reverse the sound, and it creates this going into it, the whoop. And then, yeah, it's really cool. I used to do it a lot in my music. Oh, palm muting. You hear it? So her voice is a lot more nasally, and it's not a bad thing, It might be what she wants to create for the song. She doesn't maybe want to have it aggressive, but maybe more like a fragile type of song, or a happy type of song, or a little bit more of a different style. It's not a bad thing. A lot of vocalists change up their vocals in their songs, so it's really cool. Yeah. Those guitars are so good. Okay, it's gonna go into the bridge, okay? But before I go into that, the guitars are so well written, where the right guitar is actually kind of a little bit slower than what the left guitar is, especially in the verses. And you don't notice it because it creates that drone effect. And again, her voice very nasally, very fragile, and it makes it sound happy in a sense. And even though the lyrics seems to be very sad. Oh, that's so cool. The right guitar is actually playing backwards, and the left guitar is playing normally. That's actually cool. So if you listen closely, the right guitar is playing backwards. So they reversed the right guitar to play backwards, and then the left guitar is actually playing forwards, and it creates, this clash between the two, but also complements each other really well. Listen closely. It's so cool. Is she gonna come in? Yeah, there's the aggressiveness. That's the adder that I was expecting. Oh, okay, so like that's the adder that I was explaining earlier that I thought of, adder having aggressive vocals, open vocals, very powerful vocals, that the aggressiveness that adder is known for. So the whole song, it was very nasally, soft, fragile, sometimes even whispering, going a lot into her head voice and so forth. And then her last chorus, when it's now powerful, then she gets all aggressive and distorted and stuff. It sounds so cool. So cool. Oh, the vibrato. Oh, that was so cool. That last vibrato was so cool. The lyrics was too fast, and some of the stuff wasn't generated and so forth. So I don't exactly know what the song is about. I know it's a little bit on the sad side. So her going from fragile, soft, nasally, whispering type of vocals, flowing through the song, and eventually getting aggressive and that powerful vibrato at the end. For people who don't know what vibrato is, it's like you vibrate your voice as you hit a very powerful and high note. It's not very prevalent in Western music or pop music in general, even in rock. It's more in opera or jazz. People who are known to sing extremely well and extremely precise. And it's just so you don't have the variation when you sing that powerful note, because what happens a lot is you'll hit those notes, and if you keep it there, it will start to do like small vibrations and make it sound off. But if you intentionally do it, you actually create a smooth wave to make it sound like one note, and then you can get that powerful note out for longer and more precise. The whole song through, going from soft vocals to powerful vocals, is really cool. The guitars are insanely good. It reminds me a lot of math rock, and the reason they do all of these things, so like in the verses I said, you know, the guitarist will play and then stop, play, stop, so it creates this anticipation, like you want the song to continue. You're like, come on, I just want to get into this chorus. I just want to get into this song, right? And then as soon as the chorus happens, they actually continue with the flow. They don't do the stops. And the reason for that is now you're getting into the meat of the song. You're getting into the main part of that song. It will continue even in the post-chorus. In the post-chorus, there's more arpeggios and there's a lot more notes happening, but it's flowing to have you go and feel the song. And then as soon as that stops, you go back into the verse. So it's that dynamic of going up and then down, up, down. It's like a roller coaster. I love how in the bridge they played the right guitar backwards and the left guitar plays normal arpeggios, and it creates this clashing effect. It's actually really hard to record stuff like that and to plan out stuff like that. Sometimes you have to actually play the main riff backwards, like the notes backwards, and then you reverse it so it sounds like the main riff is playing normally, but it creates a swelling effect every single time that note comes. So it's really cool. The song is very well constructed and it's so cool. To everyone that's been watching the video till the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. I will be streaming a lot more on twitch.tv/strangenessbirth. Come hang out. It would be super dope. If you want to support me on the next level, consider becoming a super fan on YouTube. Otherwise, you can subscribe to my Patreon, where you'll get early access to all my videos and uncut, raw, unedited versions, and as well as get your song featured first. Otherwise, consider buying me a coffee. It really means the world to me. Thank you so much.